I'm going to look at one play in the championship game where Todd Bowles, using his passive aggressive mix in coverage, fooled Aaron Rodgers in a very subtle way. And yes, it requires a little bit of speculation on my part, but what's not speculation is that Bowles mixes coverage and pressure brilliantly in subtle ways, and I call it passive aggressive because it's really aggressive, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like he's not really doing much, and there's a lot going on, and a lot of times it's easy to miss, and you think that the opponent is just screwing up everywhere, and when you see a guy like Aaron Rodgers, quote unquote, screwing up, then you have to really question, okay, what's going on? Because why would he be so great against everyone else and screw up against this guy? So then you start to realize, oh, okay, somebody's doing something on the other side. Aaron Rodgers is great at reading defenses. He's great at reading the blitzes. He's very experienced. He's got a quick, strong arm, great feet. Been there, done that, all this stuff. Good under pressure. I mean, a lot of people are starting to try to criticize him about a pressure thing. I mean, trying to compare him to Tom Brady, it's not the pressure thing. Tom has a special way with people that motivates people as a leader. And I think Aaron probably, this kind of stuff is pure speculation. I'm not there with these guys. I don't know. I think Aaron's a great leader, and he's shown himself under pressure. I just think you're going up against Tom Brady. That's just a special thing he has. Aaron does too. It's just Tom's one of the most special way he is with people. And Todd Bowles, by the way, has been saying this about Tom Brady this week. He's just has a very special way with people. But Aaron, there's no critique on Aaron. The only thing we can say is Todd Bowles is a heck of a defensive coordinator, and it's not easy for anyone. And Aaron, get a little, I think, stuck and a little fooled here. And I'm going to show this one play because it's so subtle. So I think it's a great play to pick out. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. What I'm not wrong on is that Todd Bowles does this on purpose, and he mixes things to screw with the head of the quarterback in the offense. I may be a little bit off on exactly what happens here, but here we go. You're looking at this. Todd Bowles here is playing man-to-man, looks like with cover one, okay? What he's been doing all the game up until now, this is the end of the first half, what he had been doing up until now is look like a cover two man-to-man underneath. So that's called two under. But really what it was he would have these two safeties back, and one of them would bracket or double cover Adams. So like these two safeties would be back, and this guy would come over here and double cover right here. So then this safety would go back into deep zone, cover one. So it was really a one man, so cover one with man under and a double on Adams. This is nothing of what Bowles did the last two games. Against New Orleans, the game before, different scenario. A beat-up wide receiver core. This receiver core has been kind of beat up too, but not as much as New Orleans has been really beat up. Drew Brees has been injured. Aaron Rodgers hasn't. Aaron Rodgers had an MVP year. He kills the blitz. And this is a beat-up offensive line. Their two tackles are both injured, and this is a second-string left tackle. So Bowles figured I can get pressure with a four-man rush, especially off the ends on the edge with these two injured tackles, okay? And I don't need to blitz so much, and I don't want to blitz too much because Aaron will kill me on it. He just did a couple surprise blitzes throughout. Against Drew Brees, he's been off the field a lot this year. His line's a stronger line at this point, offensive line. How much pressure are you going to get with four? Probably not as much, so let's get in there on Brees. So there was more blitzing against Brees. And actually, he had three safeties in the game a lot, Todd Bowles. And he would bring one of the safeties up and then blitz him. This game, one of his safeties was out of the game, Winfield, the hero of the last game, and the other safety got hurt in the second half. So he couldn't do that with the safeties. So he only had two safeties, and he used a defensive lineman, Sue, standing up and faking the blitz or blitzing or dropping in the zone. He used a big lineman to do that. So he replaced a safety with a defensive lineman. That's the brilliance of Bowles' creativity. It's fantastic. And it worked better in this situation. He also did a lot of man-to-man with the New Orleans, not in the beginning, because the New Orleans is known to have a good receiving crop. And he was scared of that, I think, at first. But I think he realized, look, this isn't the same. They've been beat up all year. So then he moved into man-to-man, and it worked really well. But he did some trick. Brees' second interception, which was crucial in the last quarter, was when Bowles switched back to zone suddenly and fooled Brees. So that's Bowles for you. So he did more of a, what was it like? That was a cover one or cover two man under there. This is more of a cover one man under with a bracket on Adams, double coverage on Adams. I think he would have done a lot more double coverage on Michael Thomas for the Saints, but Thomas has been injured. Then in the Washington Redskin game early on, he was just doing full-out blitzes or full-out zones to trick the quarterback because that was a young quarterback. So totally different game plans each time, and he would switch them during the game. And this, like I said, this was all one man under, double Adams, and here he's just doing one man under. But then you got to wonder, what is this linebacker doing? What is this guy doing? Aaron Rodgers is looking over here. And he's thinking, it looks to me like he's thinking, this guy does have this guy man-on-man, and that's a tight end. So he's got man-on-man press down here, and that's a receiver. And I think Aaron's like, I can beat this guy. That's going to be easier. It's a press coverage, and also it's not a tight end. This guy's slower, the tight end, and this is not press coverage. So Aaron kind of got fixated on this right here. Another thing, and J.T. O'Sullivan, who I just found and does a great YouTube quarterback school, pointed this out, and he's right. This running back pops out here, and he's man-on-man on the linebacker. And that's a little, and he had enough protection, Aaron, to dump it off there. But Aaron was so focused on this. So check out how this works. See, there's Aaron. He was looking over here, but he didn't. I don't think he saw this guy dropping out. I could be wrong, but he goes back here, and now he's just staring down this guy the whole time. That's why this safety's so ready to come over there. Actually, you also see it looks like they're playing cover 2. And it is pretty much, but I think this safety's really aware. That's why they dropped to both safeties back. He's aware of Adams down here, who is starting to break open, but you see the safety's already getting ready for that. So Rodgers knows all this. He's like, pre-snap. Rodgers is like thinking this guy's man-to-man, or maybe he's dropping back, but either way, he's back. So they're either going to get a double on here or man-to-man. So I'm going to go here to this is going to be single, and I'll bet you this safety's going to be concerned with Adams, and it sort of worked out. Here's the problem. This safety was up. He really dropped back. Just that little maneuver by Bowles, that little tweak of a scheme, just having a guy up and then dropping him back. We went from 1 deep to 2 deep. Making him go deep actually makes this guy open. See, this linebacker can't keep up with him. If Aaron knew he was going to go that deep, I know Aaron would have went there. Of course he would have. But he wasn't thinking that. And if he knew that, this guy was going to cover so well in man, it was not a bad chance to try to throw this in there, but it was good coverage. He should have kind of came off this. And like J.T. O'Sullivan said, there's a running back breaking free right here. See? That linebacker. But that linebacker was playing really aggressive. You can see it better here. Let's get to the front view. And this is where you see everything. See? Okay. That was an interception. You'll see that in a second. There was some interference on the defensive back, but we're not worried about that right now. So there he is. He's looking over here. Man up. Look at this. He's either got him man, they're bracketing. Why would they double cover? They're not going to double cover. So he's got him man. If he drops off, but he's up already. So he's not expecting him to drop so deep, I don't think. He's got, Adams is going to take attention over here so he can get the seam here. But he gets fixated. So he's looking here. See? Now this guy starts to move out. Look. Aaron seems to, there he is. He looks over there real quick again. Right there. Oh, no, not yet. Right there. He just did a real quick look, but I don't think he saw it. I think he was just looking around, and he already made up his mind at this point what he's going to do pre-snap. And that's a little bit, usually Aaron's right, but against Bowles, you got to be flexible, man. And this guy's dropping out. Aaron knows where he's going, back to pass, and he didn't realize this linebacker was going to come up so aggressive either. And look at, he was so white. He's so aggressive. He slips on the running back. And J.T. O'Sullivan pointed this out. He's spending too much time in the middle here. By the time he jumps out there, it's too late. Aaron didn't expect any of that. Now, that's not really Bowles as much, but a little bit. Because I think Bowles teaches these guys the technique to be like this kind of aggression. And this is, if this running back's staying in the block, get in there. But be prepared to jump back out if you have to. And White did. And you can say, well, that's over-aggressive because White slipped. But that's not the point. It's already done its damage. This mindset of Bowles is already doing the damage. You never know where guys are going to be. He's using space brilliantly. And timing and aggression. It doesn't matter that he didn't execute. It doesn't matter that this guy was wide open on him. You could almost say this linebacker didn't execute, but whatever. The linebacker couldn't keep with him. This guy didn't execute right. Doesn't matter. Because Bowles schemed so good, he's already got Aaron Rodgers. He's staring down. Look at him staring that guy down. Staring him down. And yes, a great play. Players make plays. But someone's letting them play. Players need a plan. Players make plays, but players need a plan. And this is a hell of a plan. And a hell of a play. And also interference. So even then, if that referee would have called interference, this doesn't work anyway. I'm just saying Todd Bowles has given you, and this is such, he does much more than this. But that's another thing about him. Simple, man. Simple, clear, decisive, concisive, whatever you want to say, certainty. These guys know what they're doing. This slip by this White, that's because he's fired up, man. He knows what he's doing. He's very clear. I'm coming in. Oh, I got to get this guy. Whoa, I slipped. No big deal. Because Rodgers doesn't see it anyway. Look at this. Over here, over here, over here. Running back open. There it is. Fascinating. I just find this stuff to be absolutely fascinating. What the mind of a coach can do. What a mind of a coordinator with schemes. A lot of people just don't understand. Sometimes even people that play the game just don't understand how much of an effect schemes make. It's not everything, of course not. Talent, technique, scheme, and the biggest thing is culture, morale, of course. But this stuff is big, man. It's bigger, I still say, than people realize. And just really, in my opinion, look, that could have been a completion. That could have been an interference. But boy, oh boy, he had such an easier pass right here. Look at this. This is like pop, okay? And then we go up top here again, and look at this. Look at that guy. The guy fell down over there too. That's an open guy. And he had enough good blocking. Good job by the line to pick that up with backup tackles. They didn't do that all day. And that's another thing. Rodgers was under pressure a lot, and I think that made him feel forced a little bit in this game. But again, he can feel forced and he'll be fine. He's done it before many times. Feeling forced and being deceived at the same time, that's a problem. That's a problem. And he still got his points. They got more yards than Tampa. But here's the problem. We throw an interception here. They get a crazy-ass touchdown, 10.5. We got problems. He got down the field twice for TDs and didn't get the TD, got field goals. And then you include this and the touchdown by Tampa, that's the whole game. Let alone Tom Brady's first half, he was very aggressive, which was great, and this is a very good team. I mean, there's just too many. Green Bay had the better team, had the better year. But this was too much stacking up, and a lot of it was Bowles. It's been Bowles the whole playoffs a lot. But Arians put it together, and getting Brady was a coup.